Hi everybody. One of the most mentally challenging parts of my life right now is that literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm tethered. There's a line going from me to something. When I'm home, my O2 is hooked up to a machine, and so everywhere I move, I have to be aware of that cord. And there are parts of my house that I can't get to. And because of, fire hazard issues, there's, like the kitchen, I'm not supposed to hang out near the stove, which the fridge is next to the stove. And, even if I was feeling like spectacular, I wouldn't be able to cook because it's too close to the stove and I can't reach the microwave or the cupboard or, things like that. And, you have to think about like which way you're going to go in the house so that you don't get tangled on things. Um, and it happens to me at least once a day that the cord gets caught and I'm like, um, and for about half of the day, like, 8 to 12 hours every day, I'm hooked up to my feeding tube and my port, which that cord is 6 feet long. And, yes, the pole is on wheels, but it's super cumbersome and really difficult to move around with the pole. That sounded really funny. Um, so, it's not like it's easy to relocate with that. And so I pretty much just don't. Um, so, and it is plugged in, and when it's in my room, and so I literally can't even get to the other side of my room or to my dresser or, to my window or anything because the cord is not long enough. I can't reach. If I need to get meds or if I want to grab hairpins to put my hair, out of my face, I can't reach them. Um, and so I have to either unplug the pole and move it out of where it is, which it's kind of finagled into this tight little spot so that nobody trips over it. Um, it's, like a big deal to move it around, or I have to call one of my parents in to get something that is right there. So it's a nuisance, and I feel slightly stupid for complaining about that. But it really is one of these weird things that it's a small thing to be tethered. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not life threatening or anything like that to be, hooked up to a cord. Um, in fact, in this case, these cords are saving my life. But it's so mentally taxing to literally be on a leash like a dog, like, chained to a specific spot and have such a small radius of movement. Even though I spend most of my time in bed anyway, just knowing that if I want to go get a drink or I want to go, say something to my dad, it's going to be a huge deal, and or I can't. Um, it's just really, really frustrating and oddly overwhelming, um, to be leashed all the time. When I go to doctor's appointments or things like that, I have oxygen tanks that are on a roller. I can either use the product that I have, which is amazing. Is just it goes inside this little pack and it rolls with a handle like luggage would, or that is weird. Something's making a weird noise in my room. Or I can put it on my back like a backpack, but I'm still tethered to it. Like, I still have to carry this thing around with me all the time. And it's usually heavy because it has this giant tank in it. And so even when I'm out of the house, I'm still tethered. And that's really mentally challenging and just one more hurdle to get over. Day in the life of a tethered girl.